We're going to talk a little bit about what I call the pre-swing fundamentals, which is the grip, the aim, the ball position, and the posture and stuff. But more specifically for this part, we're going to talk about how the hands influence that. Now, as far as the grip goes, we're talking about the fastball position, meaning all of our joints are in line. And the fastball in baseball is the fingers on top of the ball where all your joints are in line. Now we've got to do that same type of relationship where all of our joints are in line this way. And if you'll see, when I take my fingers off the club, you see how square my palms are to one another. Now let's deconstruct the grip a little bit so you guys watching this can actually do this at home. So the left hand first, you'll see that when I open up my hand here, the club's going right across the base of my palm. That puts these three fingers pretty much in control of where the handle, the control of the handle. In order for me to have that pressure and control, these three fingers need to be pushing this handle up against my heel pad, so my brain knows I have it. That's that Hogan check, what he did. He was basically alluding to physical law when he could let go with his fingers and have that heel pad on top of the grip. Now what you guys are going to feel when you do this is this grip position feels both weak and strong at the same time, simply because of its position and the muscles it's engaging while you have them here. Just like when you go to the gym, you do a curl in this direction where your hands are, it works one set of muscles. If I turn my hand another direction, it works a whole other set of muscles. So this is, you guys have done this a lot in other areas of your life. I'm just going to show you how to use those same thought process for this technique of the grip. So this is actually the strongest, fastest position you can play in because all your joints are in line. Paradoxically, it engages the weakest part of your arm because these three fingers connect at the elbow. So that's what actually feels weak and vulnerable about this left hand and arm position. I mean, think about how you bear force in life. Your hands and arms are always going to bend and move toward your body. We're asking the backside of our non-dominant hand and arm to bear force in a way that it never does, while it's fully extended away from our body while moving fastest and striking a stationary object. That's literally crazy, insane, the earth is flat thinking to your brain. So that's what feels awkward about this left hand position. So in the right hand, I'm going to put the club opposite my knuckles here in my right hand, just kind of like where you'd put a baseball when you're going to throw a fastball. Obviously, when you throw a change-up, you'll put it more toward the base here, and you trick the batter, and you actually work twice as hard for half as much speed. This hand position here is usually what's responsible for shutting the club face on a lot of players. When you put the club out here in your knuckles, those fingers are what open the club face and turn the wrist and the arm. So we always want, since this is our speed hand, we always want to have the club held in opposite the knuckles here. That's going to create this valley clamping down on that thumb, and it really unifies our hands to work properly the way they're designed. So if you look, that's basically where that V is on top of the grip. That thumb, these three fingers, these two fingers, they all have a very particular feel. And let's talk about for a minute what they actually do. These three fingers are going to open the club face and hinge the wrist, and when you get up to the top of the grip, this thumb and this V is what supports the shaft. And as we swing down, these fingers help hold the angle, these back three and these two middle ones. And then as we release through impact and the hands bear against one another, those same three fingers and two fingers are what are rotating and accelerating the club face. And at this point in the follow through here is where we start to feel the pressure on this knuckle of the right hand. So we actually just went through every single roll of every single finger down to the fingernail as to why they must be right there on the grip.